What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the P to the A. And today we're making a classic tomato sandwich. Let's go. So this is going to be a very easy classic tomato sandwich. And in order to do this, ideally you want to pick some fresh garden tomatoes right from your garden. And you really don't want to use those supermarket bought tomatoes. So this is only going to work, and it's only going to work well with garden tomatoes, and which is what I have here. The red ones I prefer because they make the sandwich taste a little bit better. It has more flavor than the yellow ones, but any red tomato will do, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a classic tomato sandwich. This is a very easy recipe, very simple to do, very few ingredients, and it's gonna make a gourmet sandwich that you're gonna enjoy. So let's get to it. So this tomato sandwich is basically going to consist of the tomato, obviously, a little bit of black pepper, some salt, and I like to use 2 slices of wheat bread, and I also like to use a little bit of mayo between the bread. And then once we put the sandwich together, we're going to go ahead and toast that on a pan with a little bit of butter. And I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. It's very easy to do, and you're not going to be disappointed, and it's quickly going to become one of your favorite sandwiches with garden tomatoes. If you are enjoying this video, make sure you put a like, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment, and let's get to the recipe. The first thing you want to do is season your tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add black pepper, and then I'm going to add a little sea salt. So as you can see here, I have red and yellow tomatoes. For this dish, I prefer the red tomatoes more, but that's what I had in the garden. I had yellow tomatoes, so that's what I'm using. But if you have red tomatoes from your garden, use those. I believe those have a sweet flavor, and it's really going to make the sandwich a little bit better, as with the yellow ones are a little bit blander. So use red tomatoes if you have them. To this, I'm going to go ahead and use honey wheat bread, but you can use white bread. Doesn't really matter. Use your favorite bread. Now I like to use a little bit of mayo. In this case I'm using light mayo. You can use regular mayo, but I think this really brings out the tomato flavor, and it adds additional flavor into this sandwich. So now what I'm going to do is place my seasoned tomatoes on top of the mayo. Again, I'm using honey wheat bread, but you can use any bread you want. Very simple to do. This recipe is not complicated at all, and it produces a beautiful, great tasting sandwich that you're going to go to when you have garden tomatoes. So let's keep it going. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and heat up this pan and melt some butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to elevate this sandwich, and we're going to toast this sandwich on both sides. So that's what we're going to do. And this is further going to elevate this tomato sandwich even more. So I'm just going to go ahead and melt that butter. And once the butter is nice and melted, I'm going to go ahead and place the bread with the tomatoes inside on top of this butter. And what's going to do is it's going to give it a nice crust. At the same time, it's going to go ahead and cook those tomatoes. And again, this is very simple to do. Basically, black pepper, salt, a little mayo. If you want to take it to the next step, you can as well. Maybe if you have a little basil in your garden or a little mozzarella, you can go ahead and include that on there. But I'm just making a basic tomato sandwich with very simple ingredients. The tomato, the bread, and a few spices. Now, again, it's up to you if you want to elevate it, but this is the basic sandwich. And from here, you can play on this sandwich, and you can go ahead and incorporate your favorite flavors. Cheese, basil, whatever you want to do, but this is, you know, as simple as it can get and as tasty as it can get with the simplicity that we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and toast this on both sides, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place something heavy on top of this so you get a nice crust on the bottom of the sandwich. And then once I have a nice crust, I'm going to go ahead and flip and do the same thing to the other side. So I just have some a teapot here with hot water so it can weigh down on the bread. As it does this, it makes a nice golden crust while cooking the tomato as well. Now that one side is done, I'm going to go ahead and flip it like I'm doing here, and the premise is going to be the same. Once I flip all of these sandwiches here, I'm going to go ahead and weigh it down again so it can develop that crust and further cook the tomatoes. If you have to add additional butter to the pan, go ahead and do so. Maybe I should have added a little bit more butter on here, but if you feel like it needs more butter, go ahead and add butter. And you can see here by weighing it down like that, you are cooking the tomato, you're developing a crust, and you're elevating this sandwich to the stratosphere. Now you obviously can make this sandwich without actually toasting it, and it's going to taste delicious as well, but I think when you toast it like this and you butter both sides of the bread, it just elevates the sandwich to a whole new level. That mayo brings it all together. It just enhances the flavor of the tomato, and you have yourself a beautiful sandwich with your garden tomatoes, and it's just pure heaven to eat. And there you have it, your classic tomato sandwich, elevated to the next level. Tastes delicious. It makes you use your garden tomatoes, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this if you try it. It certainly tastes delicious, and I hope that you give this a try. If you're enjoying this video, leave a comment, put a like, and subscribe for more videos. It's your boy, the P to the A. See you on the next one.